for the New York Knicks. They've got Josh Hart. Jalen Brunson is out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's OG Anunoby, and it's Towns in at the 5. And for Brooklyn, Porter Jr. and Clowney in at forward. Dimon out there with Traore. And it's Claxton in at the center position. As we hit the home stretch of the regular season, Grant, what's the focus for teams outside of the playoff picture?
You know, B.A., I think it's about staying competitive and building a foundation for next season. As a team, you need to use the time you have to consistently improve.
Now here's Anunoby. He played a great game against Indiana. High post Towns. Outside Hart. Clock at 6. And the layup is good off the glass.
You know, getting inside and doing damage there really elevates Hart's game, and I like to see him be that kind of all-around threat.
Now here's Claxton. Pass to Porter. And the basket is good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Hart. Here's Towns. Anunoby for 3. That one is off. We played just over a minute here in the first, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That's on Mikal Bridges.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, you look at how the Knicks built this team, Clark. Some astute all-in trades.
Yeah, you know, New York spent years, B.A., building their draft assets. They cashed them in on some all-star level guys, and we're seeing the fruit of that kind of work.
So he makes 1 of 2, and the second one misses. And Grant, the Nets have shown the capacity to rebuild quickly in the past.
Yeah, playing in a big market helps, but they've pivoted decisively from their Big 3 era and have the picks and flexibility to make moves.
Here's Traore after the basket by New York on the other end. Pass to Clowney for 3. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Outside Brunson. Now Towns. He's guarded by Claxton. Towns against Claxton. Back to Brunson. Lets it go from deep. Claxton with a rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Sends it home from three-point land. Porter's got 5.
Boy, the coaching staff loves when Porter Jr. takes these kinds of shots. It really helps establish a rhythm for him.
And that one's good for Brunson.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Outside Porter. Claxton a screen on Anunoby. Porter from outside. The shot misses. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Hart finds Brunson. First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Year to year, Karl Anthony Towns remains an elite three-point threat in this league, Clark.
Yeah, he's one of the best shooters, period, in the league. And when you talk about just big guy shooters, he is the best. I mean, Jokic is maybe going to give him a run for the money, but I take Cat as the best three-point shooter of big men in the league. I mean, he's 7 feet tall, 250 pounds, and it's really hard to find anybody that can guard him outside and inside.
The first free throw is good, and since the turn of the century, Die-hard Knicks fans had dealt with some lean years, Grant, until recently.
No doubt, BA, and they're happy to see meaningful games. The arrival of Jalen Brunson just changed things, and they've gone all in to surround him with talent.
And so Towns nails them both. Well, Grant, last season, the Nets retired number 15, the jersey of Vince Carter.
Yeah, half man, half amazing. In his half-decade in New Jersey, making 3 All-Star teams, 2 as a starter, and joins his former teammate Jason Kidd amidst the 7 jerseys we see hanging above us.
Here's Dimon, right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Hart pulls it in. New York has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Anunoby passes to Towns, and he gets it to go.
Paint is Karl Anthony's domain. His body lets him just own it.
To the paint. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Anunoby. Pass to Brunson. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. He was all alone on that one. Towns has got 7 points in the game.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Here's Traoré. Outside Porter. Claxton a screen on Anunoby. And here's Porter outside. And it's New York with a rebound. Fresh off a win against the Pacers.
Thanks to their stellar defensive intensity, they registered a ton of stops in that one.
And the hustle they showed on that end was infectious, contagious. I mean, their squad really got after it.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Here we go, fans.
A quick look at the best when it comes to the boards. Second, Karl Anthony Towns.
Just so strong on the boards. That's a skill that helps your team win games.
Now here's Claxton. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Pass to Porter to win the cold spell. And again, it's the Nets missing. Knicks leading by 9. Towns on a screen. Now here's Anunoby. Towns, left side. Porter against Anunoby. 5 to shoot. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Clark, last season, Josh Hart played nearly 38 minutes per game, more than anyone else in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't take possessions off. He's an old school throwback kind of guy. Just a do-it-all player. Doesn't really have a specific position, but you know the effort and the production is going to be there pretty much every night.
Free throw good, Hart.
Josh Hart is one of those guys who just seems to be all over the place all at the same time. I mean, he'll defend anybody, and when it comes to guards, there's nobody that rebounds it better than him.
And both free throws good for Hart. Nets trail by 11. Here's Traoré, still without a bucket. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line.
Defensive foul.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for New York.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
Another area they've excelled in is the points in the paint. They've been able to gouge the interior defense so far in this one.
And that one misses. And so it's Hart with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. 9-point game. New York working the ball around now. Here's Towns. Releases from the wing and drills it. Towns has got 9.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Now here's Porter. He's got 5.
You can tell he's just a touch out of sync here, but he's battling, continuing to fight.
To the middle. Here's Brunson. Deflected.
You know, one area where I think Porter Jr. has surprised a bunch of folks is his shot blocking. I mean, he's got a natural knack for doing it.
Here's Traoré. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Dimon. And stolen by Brunson. On the break. Here's Bridges. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Here's Traoré. Porter from outside. Nails it from beyond the arc. Give him 8.
A true sniper from long range. Porter Jr. with a nice stroke on that shot.
Brunson passes to Towns. Out to Bridges. From behind the arc. Sinks the tray. Bridges has gotten his second bucket.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
And they cracked the top 5 in assists. They really know how to get the whole squad involved on the offensive action.
And you talked about how stout this club is. They take pride in how they play on the defensive end. Great communicators. And here's Claxton. Still no points. Here's Traoré. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to talk with Jordi Fernandez for a minute. We talked about the matchup issues that Karl Anthony Towns creates for defenses. Coach said the combination of size and skill make Cat a tough cover. If you put a center on him, he can beat them with his quickness or his perimeter game. And if you put a wing on him, he can overpower them in the post. Guys?
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Traoré after New York picked up the 3 with their last shot. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
Thanks for that great view, courtesy of the AT&T Connected Cam. Brunson with it. He had a big outing in that Pacers game as well. And an Obi for 3. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now.
You know he wants that one back, right in his wheelhouse.
Pass to Clowney. Outside for Porter. Claxton a screen on Anunoby. And here's Porter outside. Hey, he's looking good so far. 4 for 8 from the field.
Can't blame the deficit on him. He's been scoring at will this period.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. So for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for Towns. Clarkson comes in for Hart, and it's Jose Alvarado in for Jalen Brunson. Knicks leading by 9. Outside Anunoby. Bridges outside. Lets the 3 fly. Sinks another one. He's on a roll. Starting 4 for 4.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Now here's Claxton. He's averaging more than 12 a game. Consistent threat on offense. New York has gone 4 of 7 from three-point range here in the first. Clarkson outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Knicks lead by 14.
Fighting his way inside, Clarkson shows good body control.
Here's Dimon. Pass to Wolf. Now Porter. Releases. Can't bury him. His 5th miss in 9 tries. Alvarado outside. New York working the ball around now. Here's Shamet. He's guarded by Porter. Clarkson for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Clarkson's got 5 now.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Wolf. Yet to see a basket. 6 to shoot for 3. Dimon. The rebound by Shamet.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Clarkson outside. Over Williams. And that one's long. Nets trail by 17. We've got 1:28 left in the first. On the wing, Porter. Outside, Williams. Here's Wolf. Hits a three-pointer.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
New York leading by 14. Pass to Diawara. 1:02 left in the opening quarter. Robinson, a screen on Williams. Jacks up a 3. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Dimon. It's hauled in by Robinson. And here's New York now. Clarkson outside. Alvarado into the lane. Pass to Diawara. And here's Robinson. Clarkson outside. Over Williams. And again, the Knicks missing. Nets trail by 14. Here's Dimon. Porter from outside. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And just nails the 3. Way to close the quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer, that'll do it.
And so it's New York. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Knicks team out there.
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
They've got Terrence Mann. He's out there with Powell. Williams is out there with Sharp. And it's Wolf in at the 4-man position. So that's the Nets 5. Now here's Alvarado. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Stolen by Sharp. Now here's Williams. Driving to the basket. Powell passes to Sharp. Grant, you played in a more physical era of the NBA. Now it seems like the league is trying to strike a balance there.
I think you're spot on, B.A. There's been some back and forth, trying to keep the game free-flowing and physical. The league's trying for the best of both worlds.
Now here's Clarkson. Puts it up from 12. Rebound Brooklyn. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they faced the Knicks.
If they want to beat these guys this time, they have to do better on the glass. That was their undoing.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
New York leading by 8. Robinson passes to Clarkson. Here's Shamet. Alvarado right side. Over Williams. And Alvarado gets it to go.
Well, I love watching him carve his way inside and capitalize.
Powell surveying the D. Here's the pick. Pass to man. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
He's been a completely different guy at the line this season. I mean, last year, you weren't sure what you were going to get when he got to the stripe. There's no way we could have expected such a huge increase in those free throw percentage numbers.
New York making a switch here. Kolik's checked in. New York has gotten 5 of their 9 attempts from deep to go. Alvarado outside. Towns for 3. The rebound by Mann.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Pass to Clowney. Here's Traoré. Now here's Mann. The 3. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Towns against Porter. Porter with the steal. Clowney can't get it to go.
He felt the defense on that attempt. Great rim protection.
Robinson passes to Alvarado. Clarkson outside. He shoots it. Tips it up. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Knicks lead by 9.
They just continue to dominate the boards.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Here's Traoré. Outside Porter. Outside man. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got rebound number 7 tonight. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Okay. Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 prospect in his high school class, and he said, growing up, basketball was easy for me. It was like, say, going up an elevator. But after my injuries, it's like climbing the stairs. It's like I'm walking in my purpose through this, more than if everything had just been smooth. Brian, back to you.
Thank you, Allie.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
Now here's Mann. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Porter's shot is off. And here's Alvarado. Deflects the pass. Pass to Williams. Buries it down low. Williams has got 5 now. Here's Kolik. No points yet. Now here's Towns. He's guarded by Porter. Clarkson outside. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist.
Improving shot mechanics. Good height on that jumper. Nice arc. I like what I see there from Clarkson.
Outside Porter. Pass to Traoré. Great start so far, 3 of 3 in this one. Knicks leading by 10. And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here.
Turn it up, Nets fans.
Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. So New York going with almost an entirely new group here. Hart's checked in for Robinson. Anunoby comes in for Clarkson. Mikal Bridges checked in for Kolek. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Alvarado. Brooklyn on D, trailing by 10. Bridges passes to Anunoby. Brunson surveys. Outside Hart, 6 to shoot. Pulls it. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic. And Williams has got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Pass to Toure. Over Brunson. And it comes off the front of the rim.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Now here's Claxton. To the wing on the left. Pass to Toure. Shot clock at 6. Here's Williams. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game. 3-pointer, Bridges. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got his 8th rebound here tonight. To the inside. Here's Clowney, covered by Towns. Williams from long range. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Brunson, and he gets it to go off the front iron. Brunson's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
When he gets near the basket, Brunson can do some major damage.
Outside Porter. Screen by Claxton. 3-pointer. Porter's shot is off.
A bunch of threes for him in this first quarter. A bunch of threes for him in the first quarter, but he's made 0 here in the second period.
Now here's Brunson. Consistent production from him, averaging just over 26 a game. Let's go with a 3, and Hart is good for 3. Hart's got 13 now.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Here's Porter. He's got 14. And the Nets miss again. Towns up top. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Outside Brunson. Hart with a screen on Claxton. Here's Brunson outside. Back to Anunoby. Outside Brunson. Second chance shot. Claxton with a rebound.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight. Everyone stepping in to fill the gap.
All right, Grant, can you talk about what Jalen Brunson has brought to the Knicks?
You know, B.A., he's made them relevant again. New York can be a demanding place to play with the expectations and the media. But he's taken the bull by the horns and had immediate success.
And New York has possession after the basket by Brooklyn. Here's Brunson. Brunson missing again.
Working from medium range. He was trying to take what the defense gave him there.
Back to Porter. Pass to Toure. On the wing, Porter. Brunson defending. Claxton passes to Porter. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Claxton a screen on Bridges. Now Claxton. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
Outside Hart. Lets it go from deep. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Outside, Williams. Pass to Toure. And here's Porter outside. And it's New York with a rebound.
He's hit a rough patch for sure this period. They need more from him.
Brunson finds Hart. They set the pick. Bridges outside. Towns on a screen for 3. The rebound by the Nets. Claxton's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
In the first quarter, he was killing them from outside. He can't get it going here.
Down low. Here's Clowney. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Brooklyn shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Demon, he's checked in for Williams. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Robinson's checked in. New York leading by 13. Screen by Robinson. 3-pointer, Bridges. Claxton with a rebound.
And we haven't seen them pound the ball inside and draw as much contact this quarter.
Yeah, that's a good observation on your part. Fewer free throw attempts for them this quarter. The danger is they can't afford to get too comfortable out there because they've got the lead. Otherwise, it might start to get away from them.
So it's the Knicks now, following the 3 by Brooklyn. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Outside Hart. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
How about Josh Hart making beautiful music all day long? They have no answer for him.
52 seconds left in the second period. Porter gets the bucket.
He started out hot from distance, and that has continued.
The Knicks with the lead. Brunson with it. Outside Robinson. Bridges outside. And here's Brunson from the arc. The 3-pointer is down. Jalen Brunson.
You could feel and see that one coming from a mile away. Brunson returning the fire quickly.
Here's Toure. He's got 6. And here's Porter outside. The rebound by Bridges. Bridges has got 4 rebounds now. Now Brunson. Back to Hart. The 3-ball. Here's Robinson. Josh Hart getting it done for the Knicks. He put together 10 points in the quarter. Of course, she's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Carl, you were able to build the lead, but what's the key to maintaining it or even increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. Just stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
Consistency is a beautiful thing. Thanks, Carl.
Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the action shortly, but first, a glance at how the Eastern Conference standings are stacking up as the season winds down.
Checking out New York. They've been phenomenal. All the lofty predictions, the expectations, they've all come true. Now comes the hardest part, the postseason. Every team is going to be gunning for them.
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Knicks.
As a team, you love a night like this when the game feels simple. Pass, shoot, score, repeat. Pass, shoot, score, repeat. Pass, shoot, score, repeat, and pass, shoot, score, repeat.
Nothing else to add to that, guys.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. One of the stories here, Michael Porter getting it done today.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Nets trail by 12. Checking out the group from Mike Brown to start the second half. Mikal Bridges is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Towns in at the center position.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And it's Brunson missing. The Nets shooting at about 44% so far. Here's Traoré. Pass to Porter. Here's Traoré. Clock at 6. Unloads from 13. Clowney. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Clowney's got 5.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Now here's Brunson. Towns on a screen. Fires for 3. And it's Brunson missing. So it's Brooklyn now. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. And there's the screen. And here's Porter outside. Jalen Brunson grabs a miss. Knicks leading by 10. Hart finds Brunson. To the wing, right side. Towns, right side. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. That shot off the mark.
Stumbling to start the second half. 3 straight misses.
Pass to Dimon. And here's Claxton. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. From behind the arc. The Knicks pull it in. 17 points was their biggest margin. Towns against Claxton. Towns passes to Hart. That's tipped. Porter with the steal. And they're on the break. Here's Traoré. Here's Clowney. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Knicks. And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Nicholas Claxton.
And I'm sure he's not pleased with these stats. His rebounding has taken a bit of a tumble over the last couple of months. He's really got to get his energy back up on the glass and start fighting for boards again.
Here's Brunson. Oh, look at Jalen Brunson. Don't let that size fool you.
And, you know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Pass to Porter. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Dimon. The 3. Jalen Brunson grabs a miss.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Great positioning on the putback.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
Nets trail by 14. Here's Traoré. 6 points for him. Pass to Clowney. Now here's Porter. Here's Clowney. Traoré for 3. He drops it from range. Traoré's got 9 points.
He got the room he needed and knocked it down. That's a quality shot.
Here's Brunson. Brunson gets it done.
Look, we know all players put a lot of work in the weight room, but Brunson certainly at the top of the list and uses that strength to shield off defenders really well.
Claxton, a screen on Anunoby. Porter from outside. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Towns is right side Hart. And how about that? 8 for 9 now.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Claxton. To the left wing. Here's Traoré. Right wing for 3, Demon. It's hauled in by Jalen Brunson.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Nets trail by 15. Here's Traoré. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That's on Mikal Bridges. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for New York?
Well, you know, for me, when you can convert this many times in the paint, I think that's a sign that your offense is really in a healthy state.
Yeah, another thing, this offense came in aggressive, driving into the lane, forcing the defense to try to adjust. So far, the defense hasn't had enough of an answer.
First free throw is good. No good on the second free throw. Knicks leading by 14. It's Bridges on the wing. Off the mark there with a 3. Well, the Nets shooting 41% in this game. Pass to Traoré. Outside Porter. The 3. Drills it from deep. Porter's got 25 points.
This guy is simply having a great game from outside.
And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for New York. 17 points was their biggest margin. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thank you, guys. Well, this Knicks team has grit. Jalen Brunson said, quote, "No matter what the situation is, we are going to attack it. No matter who's in front of us, we are going to grind." Back to you guys.
No quit. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. And even as the league works for parity, there will always be those teams that are rebuilding. What are the keys to accelerating that process, Clark?
Well, there are a number of factors, B.A. I think you start with leadership and talent acquisition. I mean, those are 2 major components to this building a team and being successful. You've got to have talent. And then I think you've got to have a commitment to staying the course. Consistency really matters when you get leadership and talent in place.
That one's off. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. New York leading by 11. For 3, Bridges drains the triple. Bridges has gotten 14 points for the game.
Mikal Bridges lethal in the catch and shoot. You've got to run him off those kinds of looks.
Pass to Porter. Here's Traoré. Puts up a 3. Cash assisting on the play with Porter. Traoré's got 7 now in this quarter.
They've struggled, but hey, you cannot lay it at his feet. Offensively, he's getting it done.
Screen by Hart. Anunoby for 3. He buries it from 3.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Here's Traoré. He's got 13. There's a screen. Outside Porter. Fires the 3. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
That's a great response from Porter Jr. Taking those 3 points right back.
Bridges outside. Outside Hart. From deep. Gets it to go. He's now 9 for 11 on the night.
Boy, he's had a solid performance at the offensive end. Rock solid, providing that stability.
Pass to Porter. Jacks up a three. Knocks down the long J. Porter's got 9 points here in the second half.
He's doing a heck of a job, and his offense is keeping them afloat.
Here's Brunson. The rebound by the Nets. Porter's got 4 rebounds now. Claxton finds Porter. Here's Clowney. 5 points in the game. Torrey for 3. Towns with a rebound. Towns has got rebound number 15 here tonight. Here's Hart. Out to Bridges. Lets the 3 fly. Brooklyn pulls it in.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Here's Dimon. And stolen by Brunson. Fast break, New York. Brunson speeds in to finish the break.
Boy, Brunson plays so hard. That's great hustle there.
And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Brooklyn making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for New York. Clarkson comes in for Hart. Nets trail by 13. Pass to Dimon. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by New York. Bridges has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Putting up a goose egg, bageled this period. At this point, you have to run the offense through somebody else. I mean, that's your only choice.
And he's going for the lob. And a big finish by Robinson.
Tell you what, I can't think of a more menacing lob threat than Robinson. He's big, he's got nice bounce, and he's physical. An ideal finisher on that play.
Now here's Porter. Give him 31 now. Williams looking around. Pass to Porter. This one for 3. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Now here's Brunson. He's got 13. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit 1 from range in the first half, but nothing since.
Back to Porter. He shoots. The rebound by Bridges. Bridges has got 6 rebounds in the game. Robinson passes to Bridges. Now here's Brunson. He's covered closely. Outside Anunoby. And it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go. And a moment to check out who New York has coming up. On Sunday, they'll go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers.
When you look ahead, there are a lot of winnable games, but you really can't think that as a player. You have to take every opponent seriously because this is the NBA. No game is a freebie.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Sohan's checked in for Anunoby. Shamet comes in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Jose Alvarado in for Jalen Brunson. Shamet passes to Sohan. Shot clock at 6. Sharp grabs the miss.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Wolf passes to Porter. 4-3. Connects again from distance.
He's got this defense scrambling. Even when they've got 2 guys on him, he finds a way to get to space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. Clarkson outside. Fires from deep. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. For 3, Dimon. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. 17 points was their biggest margin. Here's Alvarado. Pass to Shaman. On the wing, Clarkson. He's guarded by Porter. Clarkson against Porter. To get back on track. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
First personal foul. First team foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Powell, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Huck Porty's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Really a good free throw shooter. You'd like to see Clarkson get to the line even more because of that.
Powell outside. On the wing, Porter from 20 feet. It's hauled in by Robinson.
Well, you know exactly why they let him have that shot.
Pass to Porty. Williams against Clarkson. Here's Sharp. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
Shooting two.
That free throw misses. And the second free throw is good. And so it's New York. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first three quarters. Powell is out there with Williams. Then there's Sharp. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Wolf in at the 4. So that's the Nets 5. Towns for 3. Sharp grabs the miss. Nets trail by 11. Intercepted. And here's the fast break. Here's Alvarado. Pure from three-point range.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Here's Porter. After New York picked up the 3 with their last shot.
Boy, nice read by Porter Jr. that time, scanning the floor and getting his teammates involved.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Clarkson outside. There's the drive. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Count it. Sharp's gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Alvarado, the pass to Towns. And again, New York with the triple.
1 this half, 2 for the game. Staying active from beyond the arc.
Powell outside. Outside Porter. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Clarkson outside. Pass to Towns. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Claxton, he's checked in for Sharp. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Alvarado.
1 time on the line.
1 shot.
Well, one of the ways you mark consistency is looking at a player's efficiency rating, and Cat is generally among the best in the league.
Now here's Powell. Outside Porter. Pass to Wolf. Outside Williams. Powell, a screen on Clarkson. 5 on the clock. Williams' shot is good.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Brunson. Puts the move on. The shot that time not on target. Oh, great D that time from Powell. Williams passes to Powell. Back to Williams. Uses the glass on the layup. Williams has got 5 points now this quarter. And Brunson's got the ball here for New York. 13-point lead. Towns, right side. Tries a 10-footer. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Towns has got 10 points here in the second half. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Wolf passes to Powell. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Williams. From downtown, it's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Shamet. Towns outside. And here's Brunson. That one's good, and it's Towns with the assist. 15 points for Jalen Brunson.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here's Claxton. Pass to Wolf. Now here's Porter. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line.
Defensive foul.
And some changes here for New York. Hart's checked in for Robinson. Anunoby comes in for Shamet. And it's Bridges in for Clarkson.
Michael Porter Jr.
That's good from Porter.
Well, he's a reliable scorer. He's an effective rebounder. He's improved defensively. There is a lot to like about Michael Porter Jr.'s game.
Now here's Towns. Fires the three. Clowney pulls it in.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Over to the left wing. Torrey for three. The Knicks with the rebound. Bridges has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Inside. Here's Towns. Clowney pulls it in.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Here's Claxton. And the 10-footer finds the target.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
And here's Brunson. Hart finds Brunson. Over Torrey. Towns down low. He's guarded by Claxton.
When Towns is hammering the inside, putting pressure on the defense, good things happen for this team.
Shooting for New York, Karl Anthony Towns. Shooting 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Towns.
And you can make a case and argue that Cat is perhaps one of the greatest, if not the greatest, shooting big man of all time, and he's still got a lot of runway in front of him for his career.
And so Towns nails them both.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
Outside Porter. Pass to Clowney. Here's Porter from the arc. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Here's Anunoby. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Wow, that was impressive. Anunoby basically forced it through that time, playing through contact impressively.
It's hard to find a more impactful player in a complementary role than OG Anunoby.
Yeah, you're speaking facts right there. He's a switchable defender. Offensively, he's at his best spotting up, and he can attack in transition effectively. I mean, I think he's the kind of player that not only does every team want, he's the kind of guy that every team needs.
Wherever OG Anunoby goes, his teams win a lot of games, Clark.
Yeah, you think about his second season. I mean, be a part of the 2019 Raptors title squad was Anunoby. I mean, his defense is superb, and it affects winning in a big-time way.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Time now to present our player of the game, Karl Anthony Towns.
Defensively, they were not prepared for his inside game. They were not able to deny him the ball, and once he got it, he was so quick and able to get to work. Just a masterful performance in the paint tonight.
Wow, did this game really turn out to be his show? A commanding performance like that makes for a sweet victory, especially on the road. Here's Clowney. Pass to Dimon. Beyond the arc. Fires in the triple.
A lackluster effort on defense gave him the look he wanted.
Knicks leading by 14. Outside Brunson. Over Torrey. Misses off the right iron. Brooklyn has gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth. To the left side wing. Pass to Claxton. And here's Porter. He's guarded by Bridges. Shot clock at 5. Here's Dimon. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by New York. Hart's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the middle. That's good from Towns. On the assist from Hart. Towns has got 14 points here in the second half.
Boy, he's been a monster this quarter, carrying the load for sure.
Pass to Porter, and here's Claxton. Back to Porter. Here's Dimon. Over Bridges. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
Back to Hart. Now here's Anunoby. Goes back up. And the layup is good. Towns has got 27 points.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Porter looks it over. Claxton up top. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Porter finds Claxton. Toure for three. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Towns has got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Pass to Brunson. Takes a three. Brooklyn pulls it in. Clowney's got 4 rebounds now.
He's having trouble getting anything to go right now.
And the shot goes down.
Man, he's on fire. Playing patient basketball, not forcing shots.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. Here's Towns. He's guarded by Claxton. Towns down low. Working on Claxton. Hart from long range. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns. Towns has got 6 assists now in the game. Nets trail by 19. Outside Porter. The three is up. And again for 3.
And he's now set the team record for most threes in a single game. What a shot he's got.
A lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure the next one's going in. Here's Bridges from deep. And the Knicks, another 3.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Here's Dimon. Pass to Toure. Here's Dimon. He's guarded by Bridges. Here's Toure. Now Porter. Anunoby covering. For 3, Dimon. The Knicks with the rebound.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy.
Pass to Towns.
Fourth quarter.
Towns double team. Back to Brunson. Over Toure. And it's New York scoring again.
And the thing that makes Brunson so tough is any amount of space is too much space for him. He doesn't need much to do his damage.
Here's Toure. Here's Clowney. Launches it. The rebound by Bridges. Bridges has got 8 rebounds in the game.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Knicks.
Well, Grant, I don't know if there was one deciding factor in this game, but I'd say shooting accuracy if I had to choose.
Agreed, B.A. They really went after quality looks and shot the ball with confidence.
And this result tonight, it gets them to 44 wins on the year. And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Karl Anthony Towns.
He ran things with precision, great command of the offense, putting his teammates in all the right spots.
There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Towns on a screen from outside the arc. Can't hit that one. And it's Brooklyn ball. The shot. And there's another one for Brooklyn. Here's Brunson. Outside Anunoby. Screen by Hart. Anunoby with it. Takes the three. Claxton with a rebound. Pass to Toure. Here's Clowney. Shoots over Hart. And so New York takes this one by a big margin. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
And now we have Allie LaForce standing with the player of the game. Allie, take it away.
All right, I'm with Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, congratulations on the victory. What was key in getting the win here tonight?
We played like we wanted it more. We came out here and we just did a lot of great defensive stops. It wasn't offensive. It was more defensive. We did a great job. We got those 50-50 balls, put us in a nice position.
We can see and feel that desperation. Congrats on the win.
All right, thanks, Allie. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark